I do want to have time for questions and discussion, so let's do that now. Let's start over here.
Julia, how do you not get jealous of your friends?
Okay, this is for you, Julia. How do you not get jealous of your friends?
I think self-care is really important. So prioritize the things that really make you happy. I don't scrimp anymore on ice cream because ice cream is actually, it turns out, really important to my happiness. And so there are some things where they have a car and I don't have a car or whatever, but I have things that they don't have. I have a really good relationship. I have a great family. You can always compare yourself to other people, but it's just not that useful. And so I focus on the things that are really important to my happiness and letting them do their thing.
Well, I guess the other aspect of that would be, who are your friends? I mean, if because I think gradually you tend to converge on people who, to some extent anyway, share your values. And I imagine that if you had friends, perhaps older friends from earlier, or maybe in your case you've always thought like this, but that you had friends who turn out to be wanting always to talk about renovating their home or something of that sort, and how much you need to pay for one of these extremely expensive cookers or something like that. At some point, your friendship might be under strain. Would that be right?
I mean, that could happen as we get older. I don't know, but I live sort of in the neighborhood of Cambridge, Massachusetts, which has a lot of eccentric people, and I think my friends just sort of think I'm one of them, and that's fine.
Okay, right. It might depend where in the country you live, that's possible. Okay, anyone else? Oh, Zeldin.
I just wanted to ask the questioner if it seems to you that people are made happy by spending money.
Up to a certain point, yeah. Up to 70,000 perhaps, I think that's a stat.
I'll repeat this anyway so it gets on the recording. So the answer was up to about $70,000. You think it does make people happier to spend money. And you're referring to one of the sort of studies that I think Daniel Kahneman and others did? Is that?
I'll respond to you. What are your thoughts on friendship? Do you think that people should be treated as?
Oh, what are your thoughts on friendship? Do you think, sorry, there was another bit that I didn't quite catch. Do you think that people should be treated?
Differently. Should your friends be treated better as Julia?
Ah, I see. So should your friends be treated better than strangers?
No, I think inevitably you will, because just as you're going to favor your family, and no matter what I write about utilitarianism, I'm going to favor my family. It's a natural tendency. But no, I think that if you have something to give, you should give it to the person who needs it most. But I'm glad that what you said, there is research that money that makes you feel secure brings contentment, and beyond that, it doesn't.
Okay, we have some more questions or comments on there? Yeah? Okay, sorry, I'll repeat the question. Questioner pointed out that you gain happiness from giving, but what do you think of people who gain happiness from spending money on themselves? Do you think of them as immoral people?
Don't get me wrong, I enjoy spending money. I don't think of that as immoral, to want to have pleasure, that's a natural human thing. I think it's, good if you also help other people, and I don't get too into the question of whether other people are immoral or not. I find that, pretty unhelpful to go into, and I pretty much don't think about that.
So you have a broadly tolerant attitude about other people's habits and lives?
Yeah, but there's no point in having an intolerant one. It doesn't yield any good.
Okay. So you do want to promote the idea of other people doing the kind of thing that you're doing, but you really want to do it by positive example?
Yeah, I don't think you can do it by preaching at them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, thank you.
How are your spending habits changed when you have kids? Let's say your kid wants something that you don't think you need.
Sure.
Okay, so how would your spending habits change if you have kids? If the kid wants something that you think the kid doesn't really need,
Yeah. So my husband and I are expecting our first child in March, so this is an
Congratulations.
imminent question. I mean, I think all parents run into that problem, right? Like all children are going to want something that their parent isn't going to want to buy for them for one reason or another. And so that's like not unique to us. So as I said, we set aside a budget to live on, and because so I'm a social worker, my husband's a computer programmer, we have like fairly normal white collar jobs, but we still earn enough that even after giving half, we have like about the American median household income. So we're living at a level that's pretty similar to your average American family. And so just like other families, in America and elsewhere, we'll prioritize, we'll budget, and we'll, try not to spoil our kids and try not to deprive them too much.
And the other advice I have for that, having had children and now grandchildren, is thrift shops are a wonderful source of toys.
I agree.
They tend to turn them over fairly fast, but it's still a new toy to them, even if it's not still new.